Hello everyone. In today's session, we are going to learn how to create and clone a profile in Salesforce. So let's proceed and firstly discuss what does we mean by create and clone of a profile. So in Salesforce, the process of creating a profile can also be known as a cloning a profile in Salesforce. When you want to create a new profile, you always have to choose a profile that is already given by Salesforce and then you can customize them according to your requirement. In Salesforce, standard profiles are like a template. As while creating a profile, you always need to choose a built-in profile so that you don't need to set all the permission and settings from the scratch. Moreover, these setting determines what user can see, for example, apps, tabs, fields and record, whereas the permissions determine what user can do, for example, create or edit a record of a certain type, run a report, customize a app and many other things. So now we will proceed and discuss how we create a custom profile in Salesforce Lightning. So your first step is to log in into your Salesforce account with the help of administer credentials. Once you successfully logged in, your next step is to click on the gear icon that is given on the top right side and click on the setup option. Once you click on that, it opens up a new tab that takes you to the main home setup. If you are already on the main home setup, you don't need to follow with that step and you can directly start up with the next step that I am going to tell you. So now your next step is to move to the quick find box that is given on the left side and here you need to search for the profiles. So here I type the profiles and it search it and gives you the result under the user section. Once you click on that profile, it open up the profile setup. Now once the profile setup is open, your next main agenda is to create a new custom profile in Salesforce. Now for that, you need to click on the new profile button that is given top of a left side of a page. Here you can see that the new profile option is given. So when I click on that, it open up the page that taken me to the page layout of creating a new profile. Here it written as a enter the name of the new profile and you must select the existing profile to clone from. It means if you are going to create a new profile, it always take you to the page where you need to clone a profile. There is no way of creating a profile without cloning the profile. So as I told you, the standard profiles act as a templates for the custom profile. Now your step is to click on the existing file drop down. It shows you the list of all the profiles that are the standard in Salesforce. Once you click on that, it gives you the list of multiple profiles. Now from this list, you have to choose up the existing profile according to the requirement of your new profile. For example, suppose I want to create a new profile for an event manager, okay, that can do anything in a Salesforce profile, uh, the profile user can create, edit and delete objects, fields, etc. Or you can say that it has a read and write permissions only. So for this, you know that there is a profile for the standard user. You can click on that. It automatically pick up the user license and set it to the Salesforce. Now you have to enter the profile name. So I enter the name as a event manager, or you can say event management. Okay, once you enter the name, you need to click on the save button. And once you click on the save button, it successfully created up the profile and save it and take you to the page where it has created a new profile, or you can say the page that shows you the whole full-fledged detail of the your new custom profile known as a event management. So with this, we have discussed how we create a new custom profile in Salesforce Lightning. So now we will proceed to our next topic, that is create of a custom profile in Salesforce Classic. So now for the Classic experience, your first step is to log in into your Salesforce account in the Classic interface. If you are by default landed to the Lightning interface, then your step is to shift yourself to the Classic interface first. Once you successfully reach to the Classic interface, your next step is to click on the setup option. That is given on the top right side. You need to click on that. Once you click on that, it's take you to the Classic setup. Here on that page, you need to click on the profile option, and for this you need to search it. There is two ways to search for the profile option. If you know that the profile option is located under the administer section, that is given on the left side, and under this administer section we have a manage user, and here we have a profiles option. You can go to administer section, then move to the manage user, expand that drop down and click on the profiles option. But it is a time consuming process, so you can ease it by directly searching into the quick find box that is given on the top left side, and here you need to type only the profiles, and it gives you the profiles option only under the manage user. You can go with any of the way, whatever you like. Once you click on that, it takes you to the profiles page. Now in that page we have a list of profile, and on the top of that a new profile button is given. You need to click on this new profile button for creating up the new profile. It's take you to the page where it asks you can create your new profile by entering the name, and for that you need to select up the existing profile to clone from. Now as per your requirement, you need to search for the existing profile. So for this you need to click on the existing profile, and here you can see that we have multiple profiles that are already in a Salesforce. Either it is a custom one or a standard one. Okay, so now for this time I am going to need the solution manager. I click on the solution manager, move to the user license. It automatically set up the user license to the Salesforce, and here I give the profile name as a event solution and click on the save button by entering all of the details, and it successfully created up my new profile in Salesforce Classic and take me to the detailed page of a profile name as an event solution that I have created. So with this we have learned in detail how we create a custom profile in Salesforce Lightning as well as a Classic. So now we will proceed and learn how we clone a profile in Salesforce Lightning. As I have told you, the clone and the create are the same thing, but in Salesforce we have an option for cloning a profile also. So we are going to discuss about that. So now let's proceed with the steps. So now for cloning a profile in Salesforce, your first step is to log in into your Salesforce account in a Lightning experience, and you need to log in as an administrator always. And once you logged in, your step is to click on the gear icon and take you to the main setup page of a Salesforce Lightning by clicking on the setup option. Once it takes you to the main home setup page, by opening a new tab, your next step is to move to the quick find box and search for the profile option here. Now after searching a profile, it shows you a profiles under the user section. You need to click on that. Now it's take you to the main setup page of a profiles. It shows you the list of all the profiles that are available in Salesforce, whether it is custom or a standard one. Now you can see that it has a one field with the name custom, and in it has a checkbox, and for the custom fields the checkbox is ticked. Okay, and you can see that the fields that have custom checkbox ticked are not have any option of a cloning a profile in the action field. So if you want to clone it, you need to click on that profile name, and from here you will get an option of a clone. Here you can see that you have an option of a clone a profile. So now let's move to the profile list back. Here is the option of a back to the list. Click on that, it takes you to the profile list back. So now if you want to clone a standard profile, you can easily get the clone option on the action section also. So now it's time to choose up the profile to whom you want to clone. For example, at that moment I want to clone a contract manager. So I click on that clone option. It's take me to the page, enter the name of a new profile, and you can see that it has a message of you must select existing profile to clone from. Okay, and here you need to enter a profile name that you want to create at that moment. And now there is a one difference between create a profile and the clone a profile page layout. You have noticed that in the step of creating a profile, we have two fields for entering: existing profile that we have selected with the help of a drop down, and the profile name. But when you are cloning a profile by directly clicking on the clone option, at that moment the existing profile name is already selected with the user license field also. At that moment, now you only have to return up the profile name. So here you enter the profile name. So here I enter the profile name as a event manager. Okay, and now I click on a save button to save it. Once I click on save, it's take me to the page where it has a detail of a profile that I have cloned right now, event manager, the new profile that I have created by cloning. So with this, we have successfully learned how to clone a profile in Salesforce Lightning. So now let's proceed to the next topic and learn to clone a profiles in Salesforce Classic. So for this, you firstly need to log in yourself to the Classic as an admin by entering your credentials. Once you successfully logged into the Classic, your next step is to click on the setup option that is given on the top right. So once you click on that, it takes you to the setup page of a Classic. Now you all know that there are two ways to search for the profiles option. One is from the administrator section, moving to the manage user drop down, and from here you will click on the profiles option, or either the next one is to search quickly in the quick find box by writing a profiles that is given on the top left side. Once you click search for the profiles, it gives you the search result, and from this you can click on that profiles option. Once you click on, it's take you to the page where you can see the list of the profiles that are already in a Salesforce. It has both custom and the standard one. For the custom profiles, you don't get the clone option at the front page in the action section. For this, you need to click on the profile name and it's take you to the detail page of the profile, and from here you will get the clone option. But if you want to clone a standard profile, you can easily get a option of a clone in the action section. You can simply click on that clone option and create it. For example, at that moment I want to clone a profile that is read only, and if you not get the list of all profiles, you simply need to click on that option where the page number is given like 1 to 43 profiles are there, and out of this they are only showing the 10 profile, 25 profile. From here you can select up the records that you want to show on per page, so you will get the list of all the profile. Here I now want to clone the read only. So, and this profile is the custom one. So I click on the name of the profile and it's take me to the page. Now here I have a clone button that is given on the top. I click on that, and from here it takes me to the page where I need to enter up the profile name. So here I enter the profile name this time as a event security. So the event security only need to check the name of an event and etc things. They don't need to perform any actions like read and write. So I enter the event security check as a profile name, so we don't get confused with the security. So after that I click on the save button. It's fully create a event security check profile by cloning a read only profile. So with this we have successfully learned how to clone a profile in Salesforce Classic also, and with this we have end up our today's session, and in the next session now we will learn about the permission sets in Salesforce.